is the Big O Show.
Jessica says she'll eat sand instead. All right. All right, so if you're stuck on an island, the NFL just cut a deal with Little Caesars to be their official pizza of the league. It used to be Pizza Hut. I personally think Pizza Hut lost its juice decades ago, by the way. I would take Little Caesars over Pizza Hut. You're stuck on an island. You can only have one of the two, Omar. Little Caesars or Pizza Hut? Which one?
I'm gonna go with Pizza Hut because I love the barbecue pizza that they have, barbecue pan pizza. But Little Caesars is fine. I'm not discriminatory on any pizza. Domino's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut. If I had to do them in a draft, I would probably pick Pizza Hut number 1, and Papa John's number 2.
I like Papa John's.
Little Caesars, and then I would go with Domino's.
You know what I had in Flagler Beach was Marco's Pizza. I don't know if it's here yet, but it was actually.
I've heard about it. Is it good?
Yeah, it was good actually. I had a grilled chicken with some veggies on it, and it was actually good, man. I really enjoyed their pizza. Actually, it was good. But just Pizza Hut, for me, the cheese tastes weird. So I that's the only one I really kind of discriminate against.
They have the best pan pizza. If you want to go flatbread, then you got to go Domino's. But ultimately, I'm still shopping for a good local pizza shop that makes.
Oh no, yeah, well that's where you're going to get the best pizzas, of course. Yeah. We come up with a ton of those kind of places. Yeah,
yeah.
That's usually where we most of us. That's where we go for our real pizza, and then
if
the other one we settle for when we got a whole bunch of people over, and it's going to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mama Caruso's for me. I'm not a big Andiamo's fan, but if you know a good pizza spot in North Miami or North Miami Beach, hit me up.
No, Steve's Pizza, bro. What's wrong with you?
I'm not a Steve's Pizza guy. No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm.
Wow.
No. Not, and my wife is not as well. The Steve's Pizza down south is not the same as the Steve's Pizza. It's not. It doesn't taste the same. I will support the Steve's Pizza down south. Not
why? Oh, you're like the one on Biscayne, the original.
No, do not.
Wow.
I mean,
I haven't been there. I haven't been to that Steve's Pizza when I worked at WLQY and WKAT 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they were right there on Biscayne and 101 was on.
Everybody always says the same thing. Steve's Pizza. And I tried them when I first moved over here many years ago. Horrible. When my wife moved in with me, we were dating at that time. She was like, "Oh, I love Steve's from down south." Tried it. Horrible.
So she eats the one that's by my house on 100 off of 157th and Kendall Drive.
Yes. That
okay, because that's the one I eat that one all the time, and they do a terrific job, dude.
Yeah, I didn't like maybe I caught them on 2 bad days, but you try something, and I don't like your style of pepperoni. I just don't.
Okay, all right. You know what? That's interesting. I wonder if something happened to the Steve's down south. I haven't eaten there in so freaking.
Everybody swears by them. I don't mess with them.
Mm-hmm. I love the one right here by my house. Hell, it took me a couple years to realize that they were related to the other Steves.
I believe it.
It's like, oh yeah, really? I didn't put one and one together. It took me like 5 years after I moved here to figure that out. My dumb ass took a while to figure that one out.
Best pizza in Miami, Big Cheese.
Oh yeah, and the garlic rolls. Oh God, yes. Big Cheese. I can eat Big Cheese pizza.
I'll make a trip down the Coral Bay just for Big Cheese. Drive
for sure. Yeah, definitely. Gary's a good friend of mine, the owner. So they're really good people there at the Big Cheese. All right, dude, it is now going up to 26 lawsuits now.
I told you my over/under is like 28. Listen, the lawyer is gonna continue to another one. And another one, and another one.
You know what I was thinking about, Omar? When people are assaulted, most of them, kids, men, women, whatever, everybody stays quiet. Most people don't go to the authorities. Most people don't tell their friends or family members because they're so embarrassed. They don't want to go through the embarrassment of talking about it, this and that. So it happens a lot that people are quiet in these kind of situations. And you wonder now that this lawsuit has lasted so long and that the women have stayed together and they even put down 100,000. You wonder if some of these that are now coming forward are going to be some that are. I'm not telling you that everybody got assaulted, but somebody got assaulted here. I mean, it's just too many. But you just wonder as more come forward, does anybody have any video? Does anybody have any pictures? Does anybody have any audio? And some of these people may have been afraid to come forward. And because of all of this, maybe they're building the courage to come forward too. This is a really delicate situation in all ways because we don't know what's what here. You know what I mean? But we have to respect both sides because we just don't know exactly what the hell's going on.
I don't talk about it from that standpoint.
You can't. You can't.
No,
right? Because we don't know.
have nothing to say.
Yeah. We don't know.
Only thing I ever say is the NFL will let a murderer play in their league. All you can't do is get caught hitting a woman on video. Everything else is probably pretty much fair game.
Well, unless they catch you on video killing somebody, then that could be a problem too.
Yeah, I mean, while you fight it, though, you know.
By the way, Alexis Palenzuela on Twitter goes, "Big O Show, don't listen to Omar and Steve's Pizza. I eat it there regularly by my house in Old Cutler Road." Oh, but bro, that's the Old Cutler Road is another Steve's Pizza. It's not the one he's talking. He's talking about the original Steve's Pizza
in North Miami.
The original, ladies and gentlemen, is on 125th and Biscayne Boulevard.
Yes.
Okay, that's the original Steve's Pizza. I want to say it's at least 40 years old, maybe more, something like that. Then the other ones have been added. The one by my house, the one down in Old Cutler, those are after. That's why I'm saying maybe ours are a little better than the one in North Miami. We need somebody to.
Everybody swears by Steve's Pizza.
I do. I love it, bro.
I've had them 3 times. Horrible experience all 3 times. Definitely don't like their pepperoni. It's not now. I can eat other things. I can eat sausage. I can eat bacon, whatnot. I'm just not a fan. Just not. So
I got you. But Alexis, that is, he's got. I've never eaten at that Steve's Pizza, by the way, the one in Old Cutler. Never eaten at that one.
I know that one too. That one's close. That was closer to my old house, my old life.
Okay, yeah, I've never eaten at that one actually, so I don't know about that one. But yeah, that's crazy. All right, so yeah, this whole thing now, and what's the most screwed up part is the Browns are so in it. There's no way out for them.
They gave him a fully guaranteed contract with the money paid up front. They knew what they were getting in bed with, and so did 5 other NFL teams that were bidding on it. And so did the Dolphins, who wanted him to allegedly get the women to sign NDAs. They don't care.
No, I know that. No, I know the league doesn't care. That part, I mean, they've proven that over and over and over again.
Bro, elite quarterback, they would do it for an elite wide receiver. Elite quarterback, they look the other way, no question. That's just the nature of the NFL. Like, money, business over everything.
On the Dolphins side, what'd you think of Tyreek Hill's comments on his podcast?
Great. It's what you say when you got a new team and a new teammate, and you need to build that young man's confidence. You need to make your podcast popping. But
was it all for that, or is there any part of you that feels that he does believe it, what he's saying? Because some of it felt to me like he does believe.
He believes that Tua is accurate, and Tua is accurate. Tua, for a good stretch of the season last year, was the most accurate quarterback in the NFL for a large stretch.
Actually, the few deep balls that he can throw because he doesn't have time, he was one of the most accurate guys.
We're not even going to go there.
No,
From an accuracy standpoint, Tua is an upper echelon quarterback. From a pocket presence standpoint, Tua is an upper echelon quarterback. Those are the two things that you cannot discredit him on, take away from him, knock him, talk bad about him. Accuracy and pocket presence, top 5 in the league. Nobody, not even debatable.
Yeah.
So
I think few people in the NFL would have the amount of sacks he had last year behind that line, because he was one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the NFL.
It's not even worth debating. It's, if you want to debate it, you're dumb.
Right.
Like, keep it moving. Now, Tyreek is glorifying the good things that he is and the good things that he does. I can promise you right now, and no disrespect to Tuanon and all the Tua fans and Tua, loyalists, but Tyreek doesn't know Tua's warts. He doesn't know them yet. So, and it's really his job to mask Tua's warts, so he probably doesn't want to get to know them. So, but to compare him to Tyreek, one, he took a shot at Matt Moore. I didn't like that. Found it disrespectful as a Matt Moore fan. And Matt Moore deserves a lot more respect. If you give me the same teams and put exact same teams and put Matt Moore on the field versus Tua, I'm probably going to go with Matt Moore because I like the gunslinging approach. Matt Moore plays.
Yeah, and he would throw a boatload of interceptions.
Matt Moore either lost the fourth quarter game or he blew your team out. There was no in between. That was who Matt Moore was.
With that offensive line, Matt Moore would be dead in the water, and he would be turning over the ball left and right.
Yes, if the teams were equal. Now,
that's what counts.
You talking about last year's team?
Yeah, so I'm talking about last year's team.
Last year's team, give me Tua.
Oh, okay. So then under chaos, give me the real quarterback.
Give me this year's team. Give me this established team right now.
And Tua is going to be 100 times better.
We'll see. But there's no comparisons. Patrick Mahomes is the number one young quarterback in the league.
The only thing he compared Mahomes to was the accuracy. That's the only thing he compared. He didn't say anything else.
Give me Patrick Mahomes.
You really can't talk about the arm and the athleticism.
Right. Patrick Mahomes is the top 5 quarterback in accuracy. Okay. Tua is.
I think he will be, yeah. Ball placement, accuracy, all those kind of things. I think he's going to be. I think that's why I know he's going to be a hell of a quarterback. Because when you have accuracy, you have anticipation. You can move around because he can move around. He's not Tom Brady or Dan Marino or Drew Bledsoe or something. He's not a effing statue back there. He can move around.
He can move around. He has some athleticism.
Yeah, dude, he'll be fine. He's crafty. He's smart. He can read defenses. He has everything that you need to succeed, bro. He doesn't need to throw it out of the damn stadium. And that's just the damn misconception that we have here.
He doesn't need to throw it out of the damn stadium, but he does need to throw a 15-yard out with a little more velocity. Or you better take it out your playbook.
No, I mean you could,
or you could throw it sprinting to the side. You're throwing it to.
Well, a Fiedler throw, because that's what they would do with Fiedler. They'd roll him to the side that he was throwing out.
My prerequisite for an NFL quarterback has always been, can he throw a 50-yard out? That's the first thing I look for.
Well, because if he has blocking, he will be able to make that throw just a little better because he'll have the anticipatory skills to do it.
Maybe. We'll see. Those are things we do not know.
Remember, well, maybe you say that. I say because I feel like I know, because
I watch him throwing out
passing lanes are incredibly important. I watch games, bro.
Yeah,
passing games are incredibly
important. I
important.
You throwing out in practice and realize, not really a good pass for you.
But what you need is passing lanes, and he doesn't have any passing lanes with that offense. So now, hopefully, with play design the right way, that's where this guy anticipates everything. What the quarterback needs in order to make a play, what the line must do in order for him to make the play, what the running back must do in order for him to make the play, and how the receivers are supposed to run the route in order for him to make a play. So that way everybody's on the same page.
Listen,
that did not exist last year.
That's
and
fine.
That's what I think you're going to see different here.
Tua has elite accuracy. He's got elite pocket presence. He's got an intangible. Those are all things that lead me to believe that you should be successful in the NFL, where I would like to see him step up, become a better leader. I'd like to see him step up, read and identify defenses a little bit better. I'd like to see him step up and add some velocity to his arm, not throwing it downfield in terms of the miles per hour where it gets there. That's it. Those are my only concerns, and I think they're fair, they're valid. They're what's going to prevent him from being a top 8 quarterback in the league. And if he's top 16, all right, we can work with it. Jimmy G's top 16. My baseline for Tua is, can he be Jimmy G? If he can be Jimmy G, you'll be playing for Super Bowl. That's all you got to do. Be Jimmy G. You'll make $30 million a year.
He'll make the key throw. That's what also Jimmy.
I didn't say he couldn't make the key throw. Now, is he going to make a key throw all the time? Probably not.
All the time.
But not Aaron Rodgers doesn't make a key throw all the time.
Well, yeah, if he's on his ass.
He keep losing in the playoffs
if he's on his ass, yeah, he's not going to make the throw. But if you give him time, just like Pat Mahomes, 2 years ago, he had no line and he was on his ass. And he got booted right out of the playoffs, and he couldn't go win another Super Bowl. And then they got him a line last year, and he did a little better last year. If you give the kid a line, he'll make the throw. If you give Aaron Rodgers the line, he'll make the throw. But if those guys are pressured, that's usually when they don't make the throw. When Tom Brady lost his championship to the Giants, why did he lose the championships to the Giants? Because he was on his ass. It's pretty simple, dude. You know, it's really not, this game is not that hard to figure out. Give your effing quarterback some time to make a play, and if he knows how to make plays, he'll make plays. You know, Russell Wilson at times struggled in Seattle because once they lost Lynch, they didn't have that constant running game anymore. They didn't have consistency on the offensive line.
They didn't have a good line.
Yeah, and that guy constantly had to try to overcome, and he has a level of athleticism that our guy will never have. And I'll tell you that 10 times over, because Russell Wilson is a freak of all freaks, and that's something that Tua does not possess. Very few people have what Russell Wilson possesses. To be able to have the athleticism to go along with the arm and the accuracy, that shit doesn't exist, dude. That's rare.
We'll see. I like Russell Wilson. I'm very curious to see what what happens in Denver.
I don't think they're that good anymore. That's the problem.
I think but if you got an elite quarterback, you should be good. You should have an elite quarterback and not be good.
I know, but the team that they had 2 and 3 years ago is better than this team now at this point in time.
You shouldn't have an elite quarterback and not be good. There's no excuse for that.
Oh no, they'll be good, but I don't know if they're Super Bowl caliber anymore now.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't know if that defense is that special anymore. It was special 3 years ago, bro. 3 years ago, it could shut people down. I mean, dude, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they won a championship with a guy that couldn't throw past 10 yards. I mean, literally, they carried. Peyton Manning is the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. Ever. The worst.
I don't know about all that.
Who else was worse?
Put him ahead of Nick Foles.
No, Nick Foles could actually throw the ball. No.
Listen, we were at the end of his career.
I understand all of that, but he was all injured and all effed up that he couldn't throw the ball. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback.
Brock Osweiler.
He was just broken down. That's all.
And Brock Osweiler.
Brock went 5-1 in that stretch, and they pulled him after that. I don't know. At that moment, he actually played well for them that year.
Brock is trash.
He is trash, but he actually on that team. That's how good they were. He went 5-1. That's how good they were. That's what I'm telling you. I don't think Russell Wilson is getting that team anymore. I think a lot of people have that image that the Broncos are just a quarterback away. We're a few years removed from that now. That team's lost some talent now. They're not the same. They're not the same team. So he's going to have to be a little bit more of a magic man like he was in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe Denver is nearly as good as they were in the past. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. What are you working on? Oh, by the way, Drew Rosenhaus was talking about how the Dallas Cowboys were already working out Connor Williams at center.
They tried him in training camp last year. From what I was told, it wasn't a good experiment, and they ditched it and kept him at guard. Like, they had to.
Oh, they have a hell of a center too, so that's probably also why they did that. But that's actually that's good. That's good homework by the Dolphins that he was tried at center, and maybe it did better than what
I don't think that was their original plan. I just think it was good thought process. It's about starting your best five, and
but it had to have been in their backup plans. Like, hey, this guy has center ability too. That had to have been has to be right. Has to be.
I don't.
It's like Cedric. It's like Cedric Wilson. I know he's a slot guy. I know he's a slot guy. But if something happens to Tyreek or to Waddle for a week or two, you can move Ced to the outside because he has that ability. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it doesn't matter whether you had the foresight or forethought, or you did it after the fact, or you did it by necessity. I don't care. It doesn't work. That's it for me. I've seen so many brilliant plans executed by the Dolphins, and then none of that shit works. But
you can say all you want. Okay, this entire offseason didn't make sense to you?
No, I love it.
You can't say football-wise. Most of the shit that they did was like, damn, dude, good move. Damn good. Yeah, this fits. This makes sense. A lot of the stuff this offseason, there's a lot of reasons to be excited about it. I get it. You're jaded. You get burned in the past.
Not jaded. Realist. Seen a lot of shit go down that did not work in 15 years. A lot of different head coaches, a lot of fan favorite head coaches, a lot of people who they want to crown before they even win a playoff game.
You still should compartmentalize and give these guys credit.
Show me.
I get they got to show you, but you have to say you weren't sitting there this offseason.
I care about one thing. Listen, I care about one thing. One thing about this Dolphins team about Mike McDaniel. Can they effing run the ball?
Right, of course.
Start there. Start there.
We all know that.
One baby steps.
We all know you are 1,000% right, but
that's what your specialty. Whatever your specialty is, you better kick the door down with it.
I get it.
The ball.
But this isn't like you gave Mike Wallace a bunch of money. It isn't like you gave the Sutton guy from Green Bay with ankle problems.
Tyreek the most money in NFL history position.
Would you listen to me? But it's like you didn't sign players that were questionable. Like, why would you give this guy that money?
Mike Wallace was the best receiver in NFL when he got signed to
practically everything they did this offseason made sense.
Mike Wallace was the best player, best receiver in the NFL when he got signed 5 years, $60 million.
It was the dumbest contract, and I said the moment that they signed that it was a stupid contract. He's not a number one receiver, was never a number one receiver, and I was dead ass right.
All right.
He was a number 3 on his best day. That's what he was. He wasn't ever good enough to be a 1 or 2. Ever.
Yeah. I got to open the door. I'll be right back.
Okay, but he benefited from being in Pittsburgh playing off of all those other guys. Like a lot of people benefit. You know what it happens to? It happens with Heat players all the time, too. Miami develops guys, and then they go out somewhere else and go have success. They have success here, but they go somewhere else and not have the kind of same success that they have here. So it's kind of the same thing in a way.
Yeah.
All right. What are you working on the Sun Sentinel so folks can check you out?
Couple columns, trying to figure out exactly what I want to write. So I don't.
I'll write the Matt Moore one because they might fire you from the Sentinel and the Gazette.
If I want to listen, the Matt Moore, that's disrespectful. We're not going to disrespect Matt Moore like that. No, like prop, give Tua all the props that he want. He'll take 2 over 10 Matt Moores. Okay, all right, buddy.
All right, so when Tua balls out this year and throws for over,
I love Tua. I think he's going to ball out. Listen,
your
here's the
defensive
baseline.
Matt Moore.
Here's
You
the
better
baseline.
put a force field around Tua for the rest of his life.
Is Tua a top 16 quarterback in 2022?
He's top 12.
All right. That's all I want. Top 12.
He's going to be over 30 touchdowns. He'll be fine.
We'll see.
Don't worry about it. If they run and block, he'll be fine.
Proof has got to be in the pudding, brother.
I have zero doubt that young man's going to kick some serious ass if he has competence around him. And now, if he has a bunch of clowns like he had the last 2 years, then yeah, of course he's going to struggle and things are going to be bad for him. It's going to be that much harder for him. But if Mike McDaniel is what we think he is, I think Tua's going to be a freaking stud. I've said that. I think I've said that 100 times already on this show. Okay? Said it last year that you give him the right people and he'll be a star in this league. Hopefully, he's got the right people. We'll see. Follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly and catch his work at the Sun Sentinel when he writes about Matt Moore. Anyway, we'll catch you later on in the week, my brother. I appreciate you. That is Omar Kelly.